Hello, thank you for coming to my teen book talk. Today we're going to be discussing 3 different graphic novels. All of these graphic novels are available to check out after the book talk. Beast Boy is also available as an e-comic on Hoopla. The first book I'm going to be discussing is Lore Olympus Volume 1 by Rachel Smithy. The cautions for this book are language and mature themes. Please read the opening warnings in the book before deciding to read this for yourself. Lore Olympus was originally published as a webtoon online, but it gained up so much popularity, it was then turned into 3 volumes of graphic novels. This is a retelling of the Greek myth about Hades and Persephone. In this retelling, the Greek gods and goddesses are in the modern world with modern technology, including smartphones. Now let's introduce our characters. Persephone is a young, naive goddess who has been kept away from the modern world by her mother, the goddess Demeter. She only recently has been allowed to enter the modern world, and she lives with the goddess Artemis as she trains to be a maiden goddess. She doesn't own a cell phone or modern clothing. Hades is portrayed as older, more cynical, and lonely. Hades is tired of being alone in the underworld, but he can't get anybody to date him or marry him because he's king of the underworld. Nobody wants to live there. Now, they first meet at Zeus's party. When Hades first sees Persephone, he's instantly intrigued by her and calls her more beautiful than Aphrodite. Persephone is also interested in Hades, but neither one share their feelings. Hades doesn't because he feels she wouldn't be interested in him as he's the king of the underworld and nobody has liked him before. And Persephone knows it's impossible because she's already vowed to be a maiden goddess forever. Our next graphic novel is Teen Titans Beast Boy by Cami Garcia and Gabriel Piccolo. If you watch Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go on Cartoon Network, you probably already know who Beast Boy is. If you haven't watched the original Teen Titans, it's on HBO Max and I highly recommend you give it a try. Now onto the graphic novel. This graphic novel is a retelling of Beast Boy's story. We meet Garfield, or Gar, as a senior in high school. Gar is small for his age at only 5'4" and 144 pounds, and due to his size, he's always been picked on and he's never been a part of the popular crowd. But for his senior year, he has made himself a list and he has vowed he is going to gain weight and muscle and he's going to become part of the popular crowd. But the issue? No matter what he does, he can't gain the weight or muscle. Frustrated by his lack of progress, Gar begins to research the supplement he's been taking to see if maybe that's the problem. Turns out that is the problem. The supplement affects the pituitary gland, which controls your growth. So without telling his parents who put him on the supplement, he stops taking it, and overnight Gar sees changes. He grows from 5'4" to 5'8", and he puts on a lot of muscle. And with this, he also starts gaining popularity at school. However, he also begins to notice some other strange changes. He's more athletic, he can see at night, and spicy food that should affect him, like ghost peppers, no longer bother him. Along with these positive changes though, Gar also notices some other more disturbing changes, like shape-shifting into a wolf. He then decides he needs to figure out more about his powers and what's happening to him, and agrees to go to Tennessee to see if he can figure this out. Will he figure out why he has these powers? Or is it a trap? You'll have to read it and find out. Our final graphic novel is Himawari House by Harmony Becker. We first meet Now, who is half Japanese. Now lived in Japan as a young child, but then moved to America. However, she's always missed her original home in Japan and has made arrangements to live there for 1 year at a place called Himawari House. When Now arrives at Himawari House, we're introduced to the other characters. Haejung from Korea, Tina from Singapore, Shinchi, and his brother Masaki are also from Japan. Throughout this book, all the characters build a strong bond with one another and they help each other overcome various struggles. Now struggles with reconciling her 2 identities. Is she truly Japanese or is she just a wannabe foreigner? When Haejung left for Japan, she was going against her family's wishes and dropping out of college, which left her estranged from her family, and this is highly unusual in Asian cultures. Your parents are to be honored and respected always, and going against their wishes is a huge and highly unusual. We follow her journey as she tries to cope with the loss of her family. Finally, we follow Tina as she navigates a new job in Japan and she learns to speak Japanese more fluently. We also get to watch her as she starts falling for a guy. Will they end up together? If you enjoy manga or slice of life, I highly recommend you giving this one a try. Okay.